The estrogen receptor, molecular and cellular mechanisms. Like all steroid hormones, estradiol circulates throughout the body via the vascular system and freely diffuses through membranes of cells in the body. In most cases, estradiol molecules travel through the cellular cytoplasm and then migrate into the nucleus, where the steroid exerts its major effects on cellular functioning. Steroid hormones, including estradiol, exert their effects by interacting with a special class of proteins called steroid receptors, found in the cells of target tissues. These receptor proteins have very specific binding properties and therefore associate with steroids and other chemicals in very particular ways. Estradiol and other estrogenic substances bind to the protein called the estrogen receptor. Although estradiol binds and activates estrogen receptors in both the cellular membrane and the cytoplasm, most of its sustained effects on cellular functioning are the result of its interactions with estrogen receptors in the cell's nucleus. In the absence of estradiol, estrogen receptors are distributed throughout the cell nucleus. These receptor proteins are large, complex structures that include a pocket called the ligand binding domain, into which estradiol will eventually bind. In the absence of estradiol, receptors are associated with a large cluster of proteins called chaperones that serve to keep the receptor in the correct conformation to allow estradiol to approach and bind to the ligand binding domain. When estradiol enters the nucleus and begins to interact with the receptor, the chaperone complex dissociates from the receptor and estradiol binds to the exposed ligand binding domain. As a result of this interaction, receptor complexes form clusters within the nucleus in the region of the chromatin,